New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. And hello again, dear ones. Dr. Robert with you here on a Friday evening. It's 5 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for the good news. That opportunity we take each week to tune into some of the good news stories that I found that I think you'll find inspiring, and I trust you'll find a way to share some of these throughout the weekend, perhaps lift up some other folks as well. All right. And first up tonight, this is not so much a good news story as it just is like a great reminder. And, well, it's something I think just got put on my bucket list. I've known about these enchanting flower fields in California along I-5 in Southern California. There's over 55 acres. The flower fields at Carlsbad Ranch have been captivating Californians with their incredible display for many decades. These flowers have grown along the California coastline for over 100 years. It's only in the last 50 or so that people have come to tend them in this way and create an experience, a display. The field is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day from now till Mother's Day, May 11th. You got just a while. And they have all kinds of activities, flower mazes, tractor rides, all the kind of stuff that kids love. You can also purchase flowers there. And they do have greenhouses with orchids and poinsettias, even a butterfly encounter. I mean, really, what could be better than a day hanging out in the wild, in the flowers, in the flower fields? 55 acres. And look at those colors. I just love them. Gotta love that color. All right. And, as it is, folks, we get a lot of our stories from a couple of different sources. Number one is the goodnewsnetwork.org. They do a great job of cultivating and curating great news stories that we can choose from. And we encourage you, head on over to their website sometime, not right now, but sometime, and give them some of the love and attention they deserve for doing such a great job. And they inspire me, so I want you to be inspired as well. And as we're just talking about flowers now, this one might sound not quite flowers, but well, I guess sort of the same. Scientists have found ingredients in all mushroom varieties that can reprogram our immune cells to fight deadly flu infections. This is all part of a Canadian study. The preclinical trial uncovered how beta-glucan, which is found in all mushrooms and also things like yeast, oats, and barley, can reprogram immune cells to prevent lung inflammation. A team of scientists at the Research Institute of the McGill University Health Center demonstrated that administering the compound to mice before their exposure to influenza reduced lung damage, improved lung function, and lowered the risk of illness and or death. The scientists, led by Professor Mazar Divagani, discovered that a unique structure of the component can boost defenses against pathogens. While most research focuses on stopping the virus from replicating, this study explored how to regulate the body's immunity to infection, also known as disease tolerance. The researchers discovered that beta-glucan significantly enhances flu survival rates by modulating immune responses and preventing severe lung inflammation, which is a common cause of fatality. Now, all the results are published in Nature Immunology, and they highlight how beta-glucan as a promising therapy for influenza, as well as other emerging viral pathogens. According to one of the study's authors, it's remarkable how beta-glucan can reprogram certain immune cells, such as neutrophils, to control excessive inflammation in the lungs. Neutrophils are traditionally known for causing inflammation, but beta-glucan has the ability to shift their role to reduce it. Oh boy. Now this sounds like game-changing kind of stuff. Beta-glucan is found in the cell walls of all fungi, including some that live in or on our bodies as part of the human microbiome. It's tempting to hypothesize that the levels of composition of fungi in an individual could influence how their immune system responds to infections, in part because of beta-glucan. With flu season underway and the looming threat of bird flu, developing effective therapeutic strategies for respiratory diseases is more critical than ever, added Diabagani. The research was funded by the Canadian Institute of Health Research. Future studies will explore exactly how the findings apply to humans. Folks, this is why we need to make sure we stand up for health and human services. This is why we need good money being put into research, because as we report on every week here, there's something we don't know, and it reveals itself to us when we do the research. Let's keep doing the research. Yes. Just checking in with our dear friend Tracy Brown here today. She liked the tulips. Thank you, Tracy. They are pretty flowers. And much close. Although I think Amsterdam would be nice this time of the year. Anybody want to go? Let's do it. Let's put together a trip. I think that could be a real nice time this time of year. All right, let's keep the stories rolling here on the good news this evening, folks. And next up, we reported on this not all that long ago. The orange-bellied parrot of Tasmania, when originally, or not long ago, known to have only 17 known individuals on the planet, is now in the low hundreds of individuals. All of this due to years and years of hard conservation work. And recently, a new group of 28 captive-bred juvenile parrots will be released into Melaleuca, southwest Tasmania. The intention is for them to join an adult breeding and nesting colony near 5 Mile Beach. Now, this is vital for the species, which migrates to the coasts of Queensland, Australia during the winter. During their short migration period, where my notes go, the juveniles have to learn the various migration routes from experienced parrots who have made the flight before. The release was carried out by the Orange-Bellied Parrot Tasmania program, managed by the state's Natural Resources and Environmental Department, whose secretary, Madeline Ogilvie, was ecstatic over the success of the program. She said, "Our wildlife experts predicted over 200 orange-bellied parrots will migrate north this breeding season, which would set yet another record." It's a remarkable turnaround compared to the 2015-2016 breeding season, when only 15 nestlings were produced and an estimated 35 birds migrated north. Last year, 92 parrots returned from their winter migration, which combined with the 15 released last spring led to 105 nestlings being recorded, and since most of that's the most since the program began in 1994. 20 years. It demonstrates the bird's ability to survive and reproduce self-sustainably, according to experts, and many of the Tasmanian's birds are threatened with extinction. They, above all the other animal families, are on the steepest decline in the island state. The department's success with the orange-bellied parrot shows that if there is a will, there is a way. And yes, They are beautiful birds. Check them out online and get some better pictures than that one. But they are beautiful birds, yellow-bellied parrots. I love how, given a shot, all of life is sustaining. And that's what we're doing here at New Thought. In this philosophy, this movement, giving people that opportunity to step up and to serve and support in ways that, maybe we don't understand, and how sometimes maybe in ways that are kind of really obvious. That's what we've got with the next one. The next one's kind of really obvious. In a recorded video, A-list actor Steve Carell dropped in virtually on several high schools around Los Angeles with a very special gift and announcement for the seniors. All the seniors in all 6 high schools are being given free prom tickets. Unfortunately, Carroll is not doing this out of his own pocket, but he is getting it done. He's partnering with a organization out of Virginia called Alice's Kids. And Alice's Kids works anonymously to provide low-income or disadvantaged children something they need. In this case, it was determined that along with taking away the burdens of families affording a $50 to $185 prom ticket, what they needed more than anything was a good time. I work with a wonderful charity based out of Virginia called Alice's Kids. Carol can be heard saying in the video, and Alice's Kids wanted me to know that they will be paying off all of your prom tickets. Alice's Kids Executive Director Rod Fitzsimmons says the prom is a party, and more than anything, these kids probably need a party. Alice's Kids overall donated $175,000 to send 800 seniors to prom across Avison schools, Blair High School, John Muir High School, Marshall Fundamental Secondary School, Pasadena High School, and Rose City High School. One of the principals said this means everything to our students. I can imagine it does. Thank you, Mr. Carroll, for highlighting this and bringing some attention to this important story. And thank you so much to Alice's Kids for making it all happen financially. You are appreciated. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, let a couple of our organizations say hello, some of our sponsors say hello, let you learn a little bit more about what's going on around the New Thought Media Network. However, we got more good news coming up in just a minute, so please don't go away. Hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons while we're on the break. Let your friends and family know what we're doing. We'll be back with more good news after these messages.
Are you passionate about media, storytelling, and making a difference? Welcome to New Thought Media Network, where your voice matters. We amplify diverse voices and share impactful stories. Join us in our mission. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to creativity and community, looking for enthusiastic volunteers who want to be part of something bigger, learn, grow, and collaborate in various aspects of media production. Incredible support and camaraderie await you here. Your contributions will help us create powerful content that resonates with audiences and drives social change.
Ready to make a difference? Visit our website www.ntmedia.org to learn more about volunteer opportunities and how you can get involved.
Find our volunteer inquiry under the Engage tab on our website, or visit www.ntmedia.org/volunteer. We look forward to connecting with you soon.
Welcome to Science of Mind Archives, your gateway to spiritual wisdom. Join us for our grand opening gala. Experience a weekend of inspiration. Enjoy a ribbon-cutting ceremony, a gala dinner and workshops, plus a labyrinth walk and town hall. Connect with a community of seekers. Explore spiritual teachings and resources. Find your path to personal growth. Join us from April 24th to 27th. Lodging options are still available. Visit our website www.scienceofmindarchives.com for more details. Please RSVP by March 15th. Featuring Reverend Jesse Jennings, musical inspirations with Karen Drucker, and the spirit of Ernest Holmes. Come celebrate our new home at Unity Village, Lee's Summit, Missouri, and please visit www.scienceofmindarchives.com.
And we're back with more of the good news here on a Friday night on New Thought Media Network. Let's just jump right into it. Sometimes when you go looking for good news, you find things people you don't know. I have no idea who Michael Sheen is. I never really watched the movies he was a star in, Twilight and The Good Omens. But he's obviously done well enough that he has personally cleared £1 million, or about $1.29 million of debt for over 900 people in his home country of Wales. Now, all of this only cost him about $129,000. So that's like 10%, folks. There's a magic number. What's happened is Sheen has launched a debt acquisition company aimed at helping those facing financial hardship in South Wales. His efforts are featured in an upcoming documentary, Michael Sheen's Secret £1 Million Giveaway, which is designed to shed light on how banks and financial institutions profit from individuals trapped in debt. Sheen, who has long been known as for his philanthropic efforts, admitted he was initially hesitant about spending such a large amount of money, telling the BBC that he doesn't quite have £100,000 to just throw around. However, after a conversation in Port Talbot Cafe where a woman spoke about steel workers in tears over financial struggles, he knew he had to act. You need some help to get through these times, Sheen said. People are getting into spirals of debt. Once you're underwater, it's very hard to get out, and that's why I wanted to do this, to draw attention to the fact that this is going on, and there is a way to change it. Yes, sir. Yes, Michael, there is a way to change it, and I tell you, folks, I think that this is one of those things. I don't like that we have to turn to each other to help each other out of debt caused by institutions and society and systems of oppression. And if we act together, I believe we can help everybody raise up out of this. Good work, Michael. Thank you for being part of the solution. Thank you for being part of the good news. And oh my gosh, you are not going to believe this one. Whew. This is what I'm calling my miracle of the week story. And I want to introduce you to Brianna Cassell. Brianna spent 6 days trapped inside her wrecked car in a ditch in Indiana. Brianna is the mother of 3 at 41 years of age. She fell asleep while driving and veered off a highway, crashing into a ditch. Her phone battery was dead and her body was immobilized by injuries. She had 2 compound fractures of both legs. Her family spent days searching for her along the highways. For her efforts, Brianna used her hoodie to soak up water out of the ditch and then suck the water out of the hoodie to keep herself hydrated. She tried screaming and yelling. She could hear cars passing above, but no one was able to hear her. Eventually, on almost a week after the crash, a highway worker spotted her vehicle off the roadway and alerted his supervisor. The supervisor happened to serve as the Morocco fire chief. As they approached the car and found Cassell conscious and able to speak, she was quickly airlifted to Chicago's Christ Hospital, where she received treatment and may still require surgery. Her mother is incredibly grateful, and all involved are calling it a miracle. 6 days in a crash car. Definitely the miracle of the week story. Definitely the miracle of the week story. And folks, around here on the good news, we like to do our hero of the week story. I might need a new segment now, the miracle of the week story, but we do have, it was hard. It's a hard choice today on who gets our hero of the week. I've got 4 more stories coming up in our last segment, all focusing on various heroes. And I think the final hero of the week is really going to pull at your heartstrings. So we're going to say thank you to some sponsors and some organizational donors, but we'll be right back with our heroes of the week and our final segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for being part of the New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring. Yes. Thank you to all of our organizational sponsors and individual donors. It's thanks to folks and organizations like you that we're able to share the good news and all of our programming here on New Thought Media Network. With over 40 hours a week of live broadcasting, we've got plenty of opportunities for you to sponsor a program, or perhaps your organization would like to do so. Please reach out to us, info@ntmedia.org. We'll get you more information. All right, back into the good news. And this story, I'm going to introduce you to 10-year-old Jack Dawson. However, this story goes back to Jack when Jack was just 2 years old. His parents say he was interested in becoming a paramedic, and his grandfather owns a first response company in Staffordshire, England. Now, Jack would ride along in the ambulances with the flashing blue lights on occasion, and by age 3, he started randomly performing CPR on his teddy bears and pumping their chests. So at the same time he was learning to speak, his father decided to teach him first aid. He was like a sponge and just picked up everything real quickly, said his mother. Jack quickly grasped the act of CPR, understanding the different recovery positions, and learned how to use a defibrillator. Then at age 7, the youngster started to lead workshop sessions of his own, overseen by his father and other trainers for their charity, Tamworth Have a Heart. The charity takes aim to make automatic defibrillation publicly accessible and train people to use them confidently. Jack teaches both children and adults how to perform CPR and use defibrillators, while also patrolling his town center and checking that the public defibrillators, pads, and batteries are up to date and fit for use. His mother says his motto is, "If I can save a life, then you can too." I love it. Good work, Jack. 10 years old and out there leading all of us forward. Good news, Jack. Thanks for being part of the solution. You are definitely one of our heroes of the week. I want to also introduce you to this is as much a good hero story as it is a good people doing good for a hero story. And it's all going down in Madison, Mississippi. If you go to Madison and you ask around, I'm told the locals will help you find Omari real quick. He's always helping with something. Summer art camps, choreographing school plays, assisting with show choir auditions. He works at a local bagel shop and is attending college in the town as well. Constantly on the move, Omari makes Madison a brighter place. But when an accident left his car undrivable, his friends and neighbors knew it was time to give back. Without his knowledge, they sprang into action, sharing his story on local Facebook groups and organizing a heartfelt effort to find him a new set of wheels. Through the generosity of many, a reliable used car was purchased, all as a surprise. When the moment finally arrived, Omari was presented with the keys and emotions did run high. One friend shared, "If you know Omari, you love Omari." Another added, "He's most deserving, and we are so grateful for everything he does for our community." A mother shared, "Omari deserves it. He's a great guy and has been a great friend to my son." Now, thanks to the kindness of his city, Omari can get back to doing what he does best, spreading joy and making differences. Thank you to Omari for sparking this story and for being who you are, and all the people there in Madison for honoring this young man. Wow, this next one. Talk about some courage. A special education teacher who received a double lung donation recently led her class in making comfort blankets for donor families. Here how it all unfolds. Jackie Dennis says that even though the donation she received of 2 lungs made her joyful, grateful, and relieved that she'd be able to watch her daughter grow up, she knew in her heart it also represented the worst tragedy for another family. Denise has taken that experience forward with her into a deep connection with the family of the girl whose lungs saved her life, and she hopes the blankets can act as warm, comfy bridges for others to do the same. It was in 2020, during the pandemic, when Denise gave birth. Quickly thereafter, her health deteriorated, and it wasn't long in the hospital before her doctors had her on a waiting list for 2 lungs. They were found, and the operation, a first for the Henry Ford Health Center at the time, was successful. In the following year, she got to know the donor's family to a point where they had a very close connection. I'm lucky enough to have such a good relationship that I can send pictures of my daughter. I can send pictures of what my students are doing, and I get to show her the impact her daughter, the donor, has had on me. And her little sisters get to see that, and it's so beautiful, said Denise. Last week, the teacher at Huron High School in New Boston, Michigan, organized a workshop to make a comfort blanket to send off to the families of donors. Denise said it is unusual that a donor's family has so much contact with a person who received a donation, and that the blankets can go a long way towards helping them understand the gratitude and warmth that a recipient has for the gift. Thank you, Denise. Going above and beyond to a whole new space of service. Thank you, dear one. All right, folks. I think you're going to love this one. Here it is, our hero. Our hero of the week. Today's news story comes from my adopted home state of Colorado. In Strasburg last week, a courageous 3-year-old boy is being hailed as a hero after helping his great-grandmother in a moment of crisis. Late in February, young Bridger Peabody was in the care of his great-grandmother Sharon Lewis, while his family was at the hospital with his sister. As they arrived home, Sharon suffered a serious fall, hitting her head on a cement step. Unable to reach her phone for help, she turned to Bridger for assistance. If Bridger wasn't there, I don't know what I would have done, Sharon told local outlet KUSA. Despite being scared of the dark, Bridger followed her instructions and made his way to the backyard where the phone was inside a parked car. Video footage capturing Bridger bravely repeating, "Don't be afraid, don't be afraid," to himself as he completed his mission. Moments later, he triumphantly shouted, "I got it, Gigi," allowing Sharon to call for an ambulance. Though she suffered a serious concussion and did need 22 staples, Sharon is now on the road to recovery thanks to her quick-thinking great-grandson. "You're Gigi's hero," she said, praising Bridger. Bridger, for all his humility, insists that he's not a big kid just yet and hopes to continue helping his great-grandmother as he grows up. One thing is certain in this household, Bridger, you are our hero of the week. Folks, thanks for being with us tonight on a Friday night with the New Thought Media Network. Stay tuned in just a half an hour, wherever Michael Mangus will be here with the Fireside Chat. And, of course, our evening prayers are at 8:15 tonight. We'll be back in the morning with our morning prayers and, of course, our Saturday morning conversation series. Tomorrow, looking at more from the Science Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes. Plan to join us for that as well. All right, I'm Dr. Robert. I got to get out of here for now. I think my kids are waiting for dinner. But one way, I want you to know that I love you. I think you're amazing. And until we meet again, I wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.